your boy break away from that 9 to 5. We are right back at you with another daily collective reading. Shout out to everybody who watched this on the replay. Shout out to everybody who's watching live. And most importantly, shout out to everybody who supported in the past. Um, I can't even lie. I miss the YouTube streets. I can't even lie. I miss the YouTube streets. I'm about to come through. We got a fire. We got a fire. Fire. Uh-oh. Collective reading popping on today. But they don't let me get no shine when I don't got the commercials on. I noticed it. What up, what up? Welcome in, number one. I see you. Top fans on the OnlyFans. What's up? Number one. Man, you been cooking. The last one that I seen posted when I said, when I dropped that text, I couldn't make it through that one. But my boy been cooking, man. I'm like, man, I'ma cook some. I'm like, man, I gotta cook up something nice for my boy. So I got you. As soon as we get done with the collective, you number one. Soon. Oh, can I give you 2 cents, bro? Hey, fragile warrior. I don't know what you was talking about, but when you was talking about two souls meet, and I was like, what a coincidence I come on your live soon as you say that. I wanna talk to you about I wanna have a conversation with you. I don't know if you wanna feature me on your side or what, but I want to have a conversation with you. I want to feature you on my podcast for sure, man. Willie, you too, bro. If you want to tell your story or whatever. But I got something special for Fragile. I got some questions that I need answered. What's up, Guided? Fee. Oh, what's up? Hey, we got the family in here. I got Ill Will in the building and Striker. What's up? Can y'all do me a favor since I ain't been here? Can y'all drop the hearts? A Will. A Will. Fragile. I told her I don't like calling her fragile, but fragile, she a real one, dog. I don't even know too many ways to say it. I don't even know too many ways to say it. Fans. Men and women are better. Better at what, champ? What do you mean fans? This is the Vibe Tribe. Ain't no fans, cause then that means that I got to be worthy of something to give you to be a fanatic for, and then that means that you got to give me all your money. Who's better? If I feel like there's somebody who know me because only a person who knows me will ask me who's better because y'all know how I feel about men and women. You already know. That's how I know whoever this is. That's how I know you know me because I don't hate women. I ain't gonna lie. The men, I ain't gonna lie. I do want to give them a knuckle sandwich sometime though, but you know how I am, man. Y'all know it's 50-50 on the. Well, it's like 45-45, but then they got 5% of each in the other one. So veggies. Typo. I meant fam. I got hearts. Everything is in the description box. If you and we got a donation tier too. So if you drop donation tiers, I mean, if you want to drop a donation, first thing first, all right. Peace, love, health, and well, Vibe Tribe. Like and subscribe. Help your boy break away from that 9 to 5. My name is not important, but what is the fact that I'm here on behalf of Sacred Self Healing Center, and the heart is the center for healing. You got to remember that. Understand that this is the sacred flame. Today, this is the sacred flame of prosperity. As you witness this flame be transferred, witness the blessings be transferred to your life. Remember, here at Sacred Self Healing Center, the heart is the center for healing. Understand when you come here, this is spa day for the soul, chicken noodle soup for the spirit, and mani and petty day for the ego. Now, I got to give y'all a warning really fast. I got to give y'all a warning. This is a hard hat area, and self-development is the construction site. Now, what that means is that you might not feel comfortable over here if you're not used to working on yourself, if you're not used to the self-healing, self-awareness, self-development journey. But understand, every time you see these four green hearts is how we share and express our love and gratitude for all things, right? Um, it's been a while since I've been on here. I don't think I will ask is y'all double tap that screen. I bet y'all if this was your favorite OnlyFans model on Instagram, y'all would double tap that screen, right? Come on, y'all. Double tap that screen. We done had about 50 people come in and out of here. Even if y'all not gonna stay long, just double tap that screen for a brown boy grinding. You understand what I'm saying? Do it for the caramel brothers out there all around the world, you know. Name your favorite caramel brother, brown skin brother. You know. Yeah. Hold on. Let me pay my dues. Look, y'all got me hype. I'm shuffling the cars, getting ready to go. Y'all got me hype. I ain't even had no coffee. I ain't even had no coffee. Y'all got me ready to gazzo. All right. All right. So, as per usual, we about to get started with the daily collective reading, and then we're gonna go ahead for the individuals. All right. Now, if you want a donation based reading, then we got donation tiers in the description box. Also, in the description box, you will see all of my contact information. I'm talking about what to expect on this channel. We even got affiliate links. Remember, these are real affiliate links. These aren't the affiliate links of yesterday. Now, listen, y'all, I got to turn on the commercials, right? Because, it's donation based. Think about this like PBS, right? You pay with the commercials. So, this is brought to viewers like you, for you, right? Fubu. But, I'm gonna turn on the commercial slow. I don't think I ask is once a day. Once a day, y'all let one commercial play for at least 30 seconds. And if you want to throw me a tip, then click on the link. You don't got to sign up. You ain't got to do no email. You ain't got to put your number in there, nothing. I don't think I ask is just that you let the commercial play for 30 seconds and possibly hit the link. Like if it's a Ford commercial, you know what I'm saying? Then let it play for 30 seconds, tap on the Ford website, and then come back. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ask, right? Um, all right. So we already done had a troll or two. So let me go ahead and close the chat up now that the trolls is ready. All right, where was we at? All right, description box. Yes, before you donate, type donation in the box, right? Everything that you donate goes directly to food, shelter, and water. We got three different ways to donate. We got three different ways for you to contact me, whether you want to inquire about coaching, love coaching, life coaching. We also got charts for that as well. If you want a love chart, right, birth chart, if you want to look at your specific chart as it relates to money, whatever, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff, man. These cars burning a hole in my hand. So let's go ahead and get this thing cracking. All right, peace, love, health, and wealth to everybody in the building. Let's go. All right, first things first. It's funny that this card pops up first because on another channel, um, this card popped up, and I was saying somebody is trying to steal information like a spy. Uh, so yeah, the light kind of terrible right now. I'm sorry, y'all, that the light kind of terrible. All right. So the first card we got in today's collective reading is going to be the Seven of Swords. Okay, understand that the seven is the number that's moving towards completion, whether it's internal, spiritual completion, or external completion in the everyday world. And then when we looking at the swords, remember this is the air element, right? And we talking about the mental prowess of a person, okay? So I always interpret this card as working smarter, not harder. And then we follow up with another sword card, which is the three. All right. So three and seven of swords, we got 10 swords on the screen all together. I heard completion on my way out. I came back. Yeah, don't go nowhere too fast. This might be for you. Okay, so we got 10 of swords here so far. 10 of swords here so far for the daily collective reading. When we looking at the 10, right, we understand that this is completion. This is graduation day. All right. Um, gather your information, right? Get your mind out of your heart, right? Focus on the practicality of life is what I'm hearing right now. All right. So then the third card is going to be the Five of Cups. Okay. So with the combination of the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups, I feel like this is some lingering energy that's been plaguing us for a while. And actually, the two swords that we left behind in the seven has grown to three swords, right? So that means that we thought that we was healing. We thought that we was in the right direction. We thought that we had everything figured out. We thought we had the method for the madness, right? And that actually that wasn't true, right? So I know oftentimes people look at the Seven of Swords as confirmation of somebody cheating or something like that, right? Somebody being sneaky, but sometimes working harder is not the right thing to do. My master website will be published 88. My work, my contribution to planet Earth. All right, that's what's up. We got to schedule a time to talk about that. For real, for real. We got to schedule a time to talk about that. So something telling me to check on the feelings. I need a feelings card. So I'm gonna see what's going on in this deck. Right here, right here, right here. Right here, right here, right here, right here. Let's see, let's see, let's see. So it's some sort of confliction that we trying to get over here. So where I was going with this reading was the Seven of Swords in combination with the three is telling me that we thought maybe that we moved on from something, but we just packed it away and it actually grew and got worse, right? And then now looking at the three symbolism that's in the Five of Cups, we see is three cups laying down. So these three swords is so these three things, right? Whether it's memories, whether it's people, places, things, whether it's old, whether it's new, it's three things that has built up and festered. And we thought maybe we had control of it and we don't. And now I feel like things is coming to a point, coming to a head because it looks like our growth is being stunted, right? We go from seven to three, which is a little bit backwards, right? But then we go to the five again. And then so I'm trying to figure out what is this, what is these things? What do we need to overcome to kind of clear that blockage that we dealing with right now. And the feelings that we dealing with is the conflicted card, okay? So it says decisions, hot, cold, multiple choices. Okay, so maybe this blockage that I'm seeing here in the swords that's actually turned into emotional pain is confliction. Maybe you thought you was ready to move forward, like I said in the beginning. Maybe you hot and cold. Maybe you dealing with a situation or circumstance that's hot and cold. Maybe you yourself have choices, and maybe you chose wrong in the past, and now you're looking to do right now. Message deleted. Oh, you deleted your own message? What happened? Did I miss something? Everything cool? All right, everything cool. All right. Conflicted, broken. It says shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. All right, so we go from conflicted to broken, and then the last feelings card we got is beginnings. All right, try again, new direction, starting over. All right, so I like to close out this reading with this beginnings card, and the reason why that is because I'm seeing some mental blockages. Maybe we think that it's emotional blockages here with this Three of Swords, but really it's a mental blockage that we dealing with. All right, family. And then so now that we understand and recognize that, okay, I got to get my mind together. Yes, my emotions hurt. Yes, it might be something from the past, or yes, I might be anticipating something bad in the future, but right here, right now, I got to get my mind under control. All right, because whatever's going on in the mind right here, right? We trying to move on. We got the Ten of Swords here. We trying to move on, but there are some emotional blockages that we just haven't quite. And what I think is that the benefit of seeing this Five of Cups is that it's the green light for us to go into hermit mode. And as we go into hermit mode, what are we cleaning out, right? Because it's one thing to withdraw from the world and to do this and do that, but what are you doing, right? Are you healing? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Are you reading books? Are you taking notes? What are you doing? Or are you just smoking weed and eating ice cream? You know what I'm saying? Are you really actually putting energy to use? And so, well, not saying that anything is a waste, but putting energy to use towards your healing. Are you working on something that you're going to be proud of in the future, right? So, in this, in order for us to clear out this Five of Cups energy, in my opinion, right? Y'all might be interpreting it different, right? But in order for us to really, 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 really shake off the hanks and get back on that bridge, back on the path, right? Because that bridge is gonna close the gap to new beginnings. And the water is representing emotions, right? So we can essentially overcome, but we got to remember that these situations and circumstances that cause us to feel conflicted, that caused us to feel broken, and that's pushing us towards new beginnings is over, right? How will my exam be tomorrow? If you donate, I guarantee that you're gonna pass 100%. If you don't donate, then it's a 50%. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, everything, namaskaram, everything gonna be good. Don't you got to use your cities? Don't you got cities? Uh, how your name City and you worried about your name is City and you worried about a test? Well, come on, I need some confidence from you, right? You gotta walk your walk. Your name is City for a reason. So I just want to say it's an honor and a pleasure to say Grand Rising to you, Love Oracle. Shout out to the Love Oracle in the building. Shout out to Guided by You in the building. Shout out to Twin Tiger Tarot in the building. Hey, all right. Oh yeah, it's all love over here. You already know what's up. You already know what's up. It's a vibe. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. I've been trying to hold it down without you, but it's been rough. But now we really could take off now. Now we really could take off. All right. So in closing on this collective reading, because I promised somebody some readings. In closing, right? In order for us to really remove this Five of Cups energy that we've been feeling, which can be described as conflicted, right? And broken. If we've been feeling conflicted and broken, right? We've been back and forth on decisions. We've been hot and cold. We've been feeling broken, unable to even make decisions. What's up, Kim Dog 2020? Uh I ain't had no Kim Dog in a minute. I don't know if y'all ever smoked some Kim Dog before, but it's official. But yeah, so in closing, like I was saying though, we've been feeling conflicted, right? We may have been feeling broken, shattered, beat down, broken, uh, and we just don't know where to go and what to do, right? And so, all right, so we either me or the moderator's gonna get the list together, y'all. Y'all already know. Just come through, show some love. We get y'all on the list. Uh, and when it come down to you, City, you need to know what exactly you asking. I don't know if you know what you asking or not. Are you asking a yes or no if I'm a pass or not? L.A. Anna, I like that L.A. Anna. All right, so I think the cure, the remedy, is to try again, right? To go in a new direction, to flat out just start over. If you as an individual having problems with any of the things that's mentioned here in the reading, then I would encourage you to reach out to me. Text, email, phone call, whatever. I give out free consultations. You can get a free follow up on a reading. You say, hey, KP, my name is such and such. I was there on the collective reading, and I just wanted to follow up because you really, really, really said something that I liked, right? Or your voice sound really good and I want to donate all my money to you, right? But you can hit me up and say, hey, I just wanted to follow up. Something you said in the reading resonated. I want to know, how can I do this? How can I get over this? How can I? And we can talk. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this down, and we can open up the floor. So typically, whenever we have gentlemen in the building, I ask the gentleman to concede to the ladies. I humbly beseech the gentleman to concede to the ladies. But this time, if y'all don't mind, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple cards for T Gray. Ooh, that's raw. T Gray. I'm going to pull a couple cards for LT Gray. Yeah, LT Gray. Yeah, you got. We're gonna have to go incognito mode. Your new identity. Your name is LT Gray from El Salvador. They'll never suspect it's you. They'll never expect it's you. What's wrong, City? Are you a lady, City? Some type of smoothing type? Oh, well, you know what that is? That's just because I really care, for one. And then for two, guess what? I say my mantras. That's all. It's passion and mantras. That's all it is. Passion and mantras. Passion and mantras. No, you don't, because if you did, you would sign up for that affiliate link in the description box, get that free Bitcoin, and then send it to me. Yeah. If you really love me, That's what you would do. No, I'm just playing. Dude, get out my face. Get out my face. Get out my face. Let me cook. Let me cook. You stink. Can I cook? Dude, I know. I know. I know. Okay, I know. Go say hi. Go be good. All right, go be good. What? I know. Kitty, we got a list. All right, we got about two, three people on the list. All right. All right. So since this the first day back, the reading's half off, y'all. Reading's half off. First day back for the next 48. No, for the next, I don't know, 22 hours. I don't know. We got to incorporate the number 22. All right. So you got a couple cards. Actually, I'm actually disrespecting the cards that just flipped. So you actually just had a couple cards that flipped. So I'm going to stop right here. And I'm going to go for what I know. And if we need some clear, all right. So we just had three cards that flipped while I was talking. First card is going to be the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know what this is, but this is something. It could be a relationship. This could be a job. This could be um your business. But slow and steady wins the race. All right. It's time to is something is I'm almost here. I'm hearing you in position. Now you can slow down and focus on long term growth. Okay. I don't know what that position you put yourself in, but you in a good position. Kitty, if that's the only way you can donate, I would say yes, but I don't super chat not my first option. All right. Everything you need to know about the channel is in the description box. All right. So the second card that we got here for you is the Nine of Wands. Okay. So the knight is saying that um we never put our sword down, we never put our armor down, but we can take the time and plant some more seeds of growth right now. The Nine of Wands is saying that there might still be a little bit of lingering energy from the last battle. You know what I'm saying? But we go right back to the Page of Pentacles, right? Right back to the Pentacles energy. So something again, whatever this last phase you was in, the memories, the thoughts, the feelings, whatever, even the sores, the wounds might still be real. All right. But this combination of Page and Night energy for you is definitely looking good. What I'm thinking is that maybe you might be, but maybe this is the beginning of something. Maybe this is the reality that you manifested. Okay, so the battle of your family is still kind of weighing on you, but it's almost over. But it seemed like so it seemed like you good in the earth energy, right? You shifted grids, stacking some coins, making a house, making a home. Yes, everybody on the list. If you still here, everybody on the list. All right. This I got moderators. Well, my moderators that's getting a reading, they don't moderate while they getting a reading. But everybody, we taking care of this. Don't worry. Only thing I ask is that if you want to skip the line, then you got to make that donation better than $2.22. That's all I ask. My bad. I had to mute up for a second. Yeah. So what I was saying was is that this page, it seemed like whatever this battle is that's it's out of the water, right? When the nine of wands pop up, it means that it's almost like you got into a bar fight and then you went to the emergency room overnight. Yeah, all right. He got into a, you had to go to the emergency room. They hit you with a little IV. They wrapped you up and you good to go. Can you explain? Am I on the list? I mean, how do I know whether or not I'm on the list? I am just hearing the voice, not even though I feel positive. Well, if you feel positive, positive. If you feel positive, positive, then I want you to just sit down and breathe. Okay, this is what we do. All right, we kind of do this for a living, so don't worry, you'll be okay. Now, all right. Was that my business line? Yeah. All right. So thank you for whoever just called me, but I'm working on one phone right now. I don't got two phones no more, so I'm gonna have to reach out to you when I get my screen fixed. All right. So sorry about whoever that was. Now, when the phone ring, I know sometimes the audio go out. So let me know if y'all can still hear me. All right. So this page of pentacles on you got two court cards on top of a nine, right? Uh, right brain, right brain hemisphere. Something about these pentacles being on the right side. So I don't know if money gonna be tested right now, or I don't know if money is a question, or something about the earth element, right? It could be money, it could be something in the household. It could, because the basically the pentacles deal with survival, right? It's the survival. So watch out. Lawsuit. Okay then. Okay. Yeah, but it's something about I'm getting um it's something about masculine and feminine energy that's here, where it's almost like it's two people who kind of, it's what I'm seeing here with the pentacles is it's almost like it's two people here who's like battle tested, battle proven with the page, right? Being the feminine and then the knight being the masculine. And it's like y'all forces together is going to be something of a power dynamic. If you understand what I'm saying. It's I can't say pinky in the brain. It's like one logic and one logical right now and one emotional. It's almost like a role, like a movie or something like that. I don't know. Maybe maybe shit is kind of moving fast right now. Maybe shit is moving fast right now. But it's something with this pinnacle, man. You say it's a lawsuit. That makes sense. Because the page, when we just look at the cards as cards, the page is saying that we persevered, we worked hard, right? Eight, nine, 10 of pentacles, but now we here with the page, and so now we get even more opportunity. It's kind of like when you was cutting grass and then somebody pull up and say, hey, you cut grass, and you be like, yeah. But then you get their phone number, then you go pull up around the corner or down the street, then you go make that couple dollars. It's almost like one thing is snowballing into another. I'm seeing progression. Even though the knight and the pinnacle is opposite, I'm still seeing progression here. I think the energies is combined somehow. So the number nine is fulfillment, right? Remember, no matter what number nine it is, no matter if it's positive or negative, number nine is fulfillment. Yes, like a domino, a butterfly effect, kamikaze. The nine of the 9 here is fulfillment, but it's desires, right? I persevered, I overcome. Everything here is telling me perseverance, overcoming, right? Everything here is saying that. But when you combine the fulfillment, right? Because nines is fulfillment. No matter, I don't care what nobody say, nines is fulfillment. When you combine the energy of the fulfillment with the perseverance on the left and the opportunities on the right, you got a winning combination, sir. You got a winning combination. Capricorn, Taurus. The number 4 is talking to me. The number 4 talking to me. So somewhere you've been laying the foundation. It's time. It's expansion time. And I know I probably said that already in a different way, but I'm trying to see it's expansion time. Do you journal? Do you journal? Oh, my phone about to fall. Let's see. You writing your next book? Yeah, something about writing. Something definitely about writing. That might be one of the keys to one of these pinnacles. That might be a kick in the keister to go ahead and get this done, get that book done. There's something about writing. I was saying journaling. Maybe you can journal. I was saying maybe you can journal something about success. That's what I was thinking. Now I'm gonna pull you one more card. Let me pull you one more card from the other deck and see where we going next. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, donate to reciprocate. Everything that you donate goes directly to food, shelter, and water. As I close this reading out, I definitely will encourage you all to stick around because we are the home of the free readings. Okay. All right. So number 7, no, number 12, number 3, number 369. All right. So maybe whatever these seeds is, whatever you need to expand and and grow in, go ahead and plant the seeds. But after that, don't take on too much. Uh, I want you to sit back into a gathering phase where you sit back, you learn, you practice your craft, you learn, you study people, places, and things. I want you to go into like I won't necessarily say directly into a hermit mode, but I want you to wait for a call. It's going to be a call, an invite. Maybe it's going to be random. Maybe it's going to be from my old friend. I don't know. Right? But I want you to sit back and wait on the next opportunity. This you might be going into a phase where um, you don't have to have the answers, and it's okay for them to for you to sit back and let them come to you, if that makes sense. Ooh, I'm starving now. All right, y'all, lunch break. No, I'm just playing. She said my friend is writing the book, and I'm the person that always gives the protagonist trouble. All right, for the sake of time, who was that person? Who's that Pokemon? City, you still in the building, City? What about chemtrails? Chemtrail, you still in the building? Got it by you. You still in the building? I know the strongest warrior is still in the building. Strongest warrior 33, she's still in the building. Man, that was the question that I had that and you just answered it. What? Sit what, waiting on the next move? Yeah, if those other people don't answer, then you gonna be next. Eminem. All right, Eminem. You wanted a quick card about your degree. I got you real fast. Come on. I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah, heavy theme of money, house, and home. Heavy theme of money, house, and home. I wasn't, to be honest with you, Tiger, I wasn't expecting these many people to come in here because I ain't been on live in a while. No, we got to start calling her the strongest warrior or the invisible warrior. I like that. The invisible warrior. Ooh, that's mysterious. All right, you want to know something about your exam? You need a little something about your exam. Is that you, M, that was talking about the exam? Amazing warrior. I like that. But Amazing Warrior 33. How can I forget? It's only been 20 minutes. I forget a lot of stuff. We in the building. We in the house. I just heard that Kanye. We in the house. Okay. So you got the Hermit card. I've been mentioning the Hermit a lot, and it comes out for you. So the Hermit card is the number 9 card. You got to understand that when we talking about major arcana cards, these numbers is so significant because the major arcanas represent major life changes. Okay, so how I would interpret the Hermit card when you ask it about your exam, what I would say is that I would I would I would enter a period of solitude right now. And I think the solitude will help you with your emotions and everything. I think that the biggest thing about the situation, the circumstance that you in right now is that your anticipation of failing is too big. And in order for you to balance that out, you need to find some self confidence. Oh, oh, well, same thing still apply. You need to go within and have confidence that everything is gonna be okay. I think when we anticipate in results or when we anticipate in the reaction of other people or whatever, we rob ourselves of precious time and energy because we can worry about the past or worry about whatever situation or circumstance, or we could turn around and say, you know what, win, lose, or draw, I did the best. And then no matter what's going to happen after today, I'm still going to do my best anyways. See, what I like to coach, right? Really quick before I move on, for time's sake, right? What I like to coach is that it's not the situation and circumstance. It's how do I react in the moment, right? If I can coach you to react better in the moment, then there is no situation or circumstance that'd be too big. There's no moment that's too big. But a lot of people, they anticipate and they worry. And then so that's already putting you in a negative mind state. That's already putting you in a negative emotional state. Or technically is a positive, right? Because the way the electrons move. But anyways, is you with the negative emotions is actually having a positive effect on your aura, which is bad. We want electrons. We need electrons. We don't need anything else. So when we worrying, when we upset, when we this one, when we that one, we create free radicals in our aura, right? Those emotions are free radicals that's stealing the electrons from our aura. And I ain't mean for this to go into a, does thoughts manifest the outcome? I'm asking because I am curious. Okay, that's a beautiful question. Yes. Sometimes it's not overnight. Sometimes if you think of something and it happened like a day later, 2 days later, sometimes it's not you manifesting it. It's sometimes it's the manifestation letting you know that it arrived. Right? It's a but thoughts, the combination of repetitive thoughts and very strong emotions influences what we call, it's so many different names for it. I don't even know what to call it. The biofield or the quantum field. It's so many different things. It's so many different things. Uh, but yes, listen, when they talk about, when they say how do you program some mind, how do you put somebody under mind control, what do they say? They said repetition and trauma, right? Repetition and trauma. Okay, so with that being said, when you constantly in high, when you in elated emotional states, meaning that your emotional state is really strong, no matter, and that's the thing, because it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative what you thinking or feeling. What matters is the strength of the emotion, the strength of the feeling, the repetition of thoughts behind the emotion is what either is going to magnetize or uh, it's going to control your capacity as a electromagnetic being, meaning your ability to attract the things that you want and push away the things that you don't want, right? So, we if you want for me, you can either check out my podcast, right? Removing manifestation blockages, or you can subscribe to some coaching and I can go in way deeper. But I be doing too much. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I be doing too much. But in long form, to answer your question, yes, it's the combination of strong emotions, whether it's happy, sad, scared, and the thought, because how you perceive a person, place, thing, situation, or circumstance is going to dictate your emotional state. And the emotional state is what's going, because listen, every every emotion, I can't talk about this stuff without going in, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry, I'm a nerd. I'm sorry. But every emotion, all right, I'm going to cut out a lot of stuff. Every emotion has, all right, so every emotion is tied to hormones. And the hormones give off the energy, the temperature, the electromagnetic energy. It's the hormones flowing through our body that influence our aura, right? The heart just sends out the impulse, but the brain is what programs the impulse that's sent out into the quantum field. I'm losing my train of thought, so I think I should shut up now. But yes, it's the combination of thoughts and feelings, and the repetition and the strength of the emotions that has influence. Uh, you know this thing in detail. If you, I'm just thought you were just a reader, but you are an intuitive reader, knowing so much things. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to figure out a way that I feel comfortable answering your question without turning this into, an hour lecture. Because for me, I just don't think it's fair to answer something like that with a simple yes. Like, yes, yes. I mean, if you didn't know, then you would, I mean, to a certain degree, you wouldn't have asked if you didn't think it was possible. So it'd be short of me to just say yes and keep it moving. Positive follows positive, negative follows negative as far as energy. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but that's not always true. There's such things as anomalies in nature. And how do we know that? Because there's no perfect lines. There's no straight lines in nature, and there's no perfect circles in nature. There's it's That's like 99% true. Thank you. I appreciate you. Ask away. I don't remember nobody else asking for a reading. So if you want to ask another question, go ahead. But yeah, typically, in an ordered reality, Kimmy, typically or I say this in particular dimensions, that's true, but it doesn't. It's not always true in nature, because negative and positive is actually polarities, meaning that they equal opposites. So you could get negative from positive, and you can get positive from negative. One pushes and one pulls. But in general, especially when you believe in luck, or you believe in karma, or you believe in chance, or it's particular mindsets. I didn't want to get into this, but it's particular things that we can believe and think that'll make that true, or to make that not true. It just depends on the person, really, and that's crazy work when you really think about what we talking about. But yeah, that's partially true. I think I think the biggest thing is believing that it's true. I think that's the biggest thing, is when you believe that it's true. Because then you get set on a particular trajectory of black and white, good and bad, left, right, up, down. And that's second dimensional thinking. But if we in the 5D, if we in the 8D, if we, you know how they say, oh, we moving into 5D, then with that good and bad, right or wrong, left and right thinking, it goes out the window once you elevate through different dimensions. It, because those rules don't apply. Now, that doesn't mean that the second dimension doesn't have its place, because without this, in my opinion, this is theory, in my opinion, without the second dimension, we don't get things like monogamy. We don't get things like good or bad, because those are things that operate in twos, and the second dimension operates on twos. The third dimension operates on threes, growth and expansion. But that's not complete thoughts. I never sat down and wrote these things out and tested them and all of that. So this is just stuff that I randomly think about when I hear certain information. So I don't want y'all to take that to the bank. I don't have any follow-up questions. I would be grateful if I could have the depth of understanding as yours. Uh, well, it sounds like it's a question in there you could ask. Instead of saying if, figure out a way to ask the question. I would like to know, what can I do to adjust better to my new environment? Been struggling to adjust to my new home in a new city. All right, so I'm gonna answer that with the cards, and the only reason why is because based off of what I know, I don't want to put everything else into public. So I'm gonna answer this with the cards, but the real in depth, you already know. We already know. So, well, they say this. They say in order for you to get good karma, the deeds that you do have to be either asked for or appreciated. So that's why sometimes when people have something to offer, they ask, "Can I offer you something?" It's all about compliance. It's all about you taking control. So with that being said, if you impressed by me or anything that I did, then only thing you have to do is just ask who, what, when, where, why, or how. And I'm obligated by the law to answer truthfully or honestly. With no respect to man or woman. I gotta tell the truth. 8 people, 8 likes. Double tap that screen, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, donate to reciprocate. Remember, everything that you donate goes directly to food, shelter, and water. All right. So back to the cards. Great flame. Great flame. Kimmy wants to know, how can she adjust to a new environment? Well, the first thing I'm telling you, oh shit, that was a direct channel. Because it wasn't, damn, I can't believe I just said that. I didn't mean to say that. Well, the first thing that whoever that was is telling me to tell you, he said, she said, he said, she said, the first thing I'm going to tell you, that is not what I wanted to say. That was not what I wanted to say. But anyways, you got to own it. It's yours. You wouldn't be there if you couldn't own it. So you need to correct your I am. You need to say, this is mine, right? This is me. This is who I am. This is the imperfections I'm working on. These are the imperfections that I'm choosing to ignore, right? But I'm here. And win, lose, or draw, can't nobody take that away unless I fuck it up. So it's all about you owning the moment. You can't ask for something and then say, am I really supposed to be eating this cake right now? Yes. You supposed to be walking around in your drawers, titties swinging. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be a boss. Griselda Blanco. Nigga, what? You supposed to be seizing the moment. You got to season and own it. Yeah. You supposed to be in the mirror like, look at them titties. Them titties just hanging. Them titties just so comfortable. They just so natural. Yeah, you gotta walk that walk. You gotta talk that talk, is what I'm hearing. Who are you? What are you? If you could be anything in the world, don't say a porn star. If you could be anything in the world, what would you be? You have the opportunity to create. Of course, now I always tell people this, right? And this is why you got to hit me up for the coaching, because I'm not allowed to go too deep. But you supposed to say to yourself, okay, now this is some of the framework that I give people to manifest, right? Understand that good and bad is real, right? It's not just something people made up as much as they want to tell you. Now, sometimes it's beneficial to look at life as, is this thing appropriate? Is this thing beneficial? Is this thing necessary? Right? So sometimes when we not operating out of good and bad, we need to operate out of, is this thing necessary? Is this thing appropriate for right here, right now? So what I tell people is that as the quantum operator in your life, meaning that as the person who dictates good and bad, right or wrong, meaning I want this, I don't want this, I want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, but I'll do it anyways. As the person who's in control of that, there's a few things that comes along with that power. And the power and the things that come along with that power is um you being able to create a space for yourself that wasn't there before. But when you really understand the truth, you understand that the space was created for you to be there before you even knew that you was going to be there. You got to realize that you playing out a story that was written long, long time ago. And back to the quantum operator thing, you decide. If you're not if you're not used to being happy, then you got to ask yourself, what can make me happy? Will it be a picture? Will it be a garden? Will it be making new friends? What is going to make me happy? Right? I can trust myself because I know I'm not going to do anything that's going to harm anybody. And if anybody get mad at me for doing the right thing, they don't deserve to be in my life. So we got that down pat. We know that we can trust our mind. We know we can trust our heart because we know that we're not going to do anything bad. So now we can relax and let the emotions flow. Now we can sit back and let our toes crack. Now we can sit back and let our mind wander and say, okay, if I had this, this, and this, I would feel like this, this, and this. And then once I do this, this, and this, I'll do this, this, and this. See, the problem is that there's a lot of us who, whether we was born to be warriors or not, we're forced to be warriors. And yes, the strong, but also the lucky survive. So when you realize that whether you're lucky or whether you're strong, you're here for a reason, for a purpose, and now it's up to you to dictate your everyday, then you gain a level of contentment and control that you've never seen before. But it's up to you to decide who, what, when, where, why, or how. Remember, we not reacting to the environment. We are the environment. Right? What I'm seeing is I'm seeing the analogy of a garden or a flower pot. A flower pot with dirt in there is just a flower pot with dirt in there. What's up, Monas? Welcome back. But until you put a seed in there and until you grow something, it's just a flower pot. So right now you moved into an area of potential in your life, where this area of potential leaves you to, of course, within reason, dictate what your future is going to look like. Now, you just got to trust yourself to guide yourself to the future that's going to be the best, not only for you, but for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? What can I pray for today? Yes, I can get you a reading. What can I pray for today? What can I manifest today? What can I visualize? What can I magnetize to me today that I'm going to be proud of tomorrow? If I'm worried about shoulda, coulda, woulda, and all of that stuff, I'm going to magnetize the results of shoulda, coulda, woulda, which is more shoulda, coulda, woulda, which is guilt, which is fear, which is anxiety, which is doubt. So my thing is that there ain't no rope around your throat that's making you move fast or slow. One thing about surviving is you realize that you're able to survive, right? And so in the middle of surviving, you realize that it ain't no time, it ain't no distance, ain't no space, ain't no place. Now I have been where you from. I have been where you at. So I do understand that there is a lot of places where transportation just don't go, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so Monas, you gonna have to donate because we don't do that. We don't you this not your first time here. I met you on somebody else's channel, so you're very familiar with who I am and what I do. So please don't come in distracting and flooding the chat. That's a fast way to get into the unemployment line. All right. Now I'm going to pull this card for this young lady because we could do everything we need to do beyond this later. But this is, I don't know what this means to you, but to me, that's confirmation of everything that I've been saying. Is that I know win, lose, or draw, there's going to be good things on this path. There's going to be things that I do not enjoy on this path. But win, lose, and draw, I'm going to pack me a lunch and I'm going to move forward. Well, we got to, okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to get a pen and a pad. I want you to get a pen and a pad. And I want you, so I want all of these things that you keep naming, I want you to write these things down and I want you to turn these things into questions. Now, we can do this in public or we can do this in private. We could do this in public or we could do this in private. But you need a Q&A. You need a Q&A. You need a Q&A dedicated to just you. Now, if we do it in private, we can get more done. If we do it in public, we can get things done. It can also help people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you need your own Q&A. You got to. That's the only way. Because the things that you're dealing with is real, but it takes methodology. I got one, and either way, I'm an open book. All right. All right. So yeah. So yeah, everything that you saying is legit and real, but for time's sake, on live right now, I want you to write them all down. I want you to take some time. I want you to take, I don't care if it's 5 minutes, an hour. I want you to take some time, get a page of questions, and get ready. How old are you, Monis? All right, so let's go ahead and get G Jizzle in the building. You are now watching the master at work. All right. So she's allowing me to peek into her life. So I'm gonna pull a couple cards. You know what? I'm about to really do it. I'm about to see what she's been thinking and feeling. Let me go to the let me go to these cards first and see. What does the Lord mean? What does the Lord mean? That's what Lord mean. Lord means Jesus Christ. So one thing I would tell you do, because life is slower, you're gonna have to plan better. That's it. You just gonna have to plan right. You gonna have to make sure you do what you gotta do when you gotta do it. Ain't no, oh, it's 7 o'clock. Let me go to the store and get some shells. No, you gotta make sure you get them shells when you. Every time you go to the, I'm just saying for example. Every time you go to the dispensary, you get some shells. Stuff like that. Every time you go outside the house, you gotta make sure. Do I got water? Do I got a milk? Do I got this? Do I got that? You're gonna have to put things in order. So real quick, um, your subconscious is moving from survival to expansion. It's natural. It's natural. You going from survival to expansion. That's why you feel lonely. So write that down. I had to tell you that. For us to talk later. All right. So, G Jizzle, confusion, uncertain, unclear, unsure. I feel like this card came out for you a couple weeks ago. So where are you? What's causing you confusion? What are you uncertain, unclear, and unsure about? Well, 10 miles away is not bad, because if you can change your perspective to, oh man, I gotta do this, to, oh yeah, I get to do this, then everything changes. But this is why I want us to talk in private, because I can talk to you for days. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. So, all right. So, Monas, you gonna be next. If you type one more thing that ain't 4 green hearts, I'm gonna have to put you on the do not disturb list. So instead of saying, oh man, the store 10 miles away, say, you know what? I'm going to purposefully walk to the store once a day, because I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to make my cheeks round. Whatever. I'm going to take advantage of the weather. I'm going to go count the butterflies, right? But it's all about perspective. You confused about why people are mean? I'm good. I don't think I talked to you since I was in the hospital, or before I was in the hospital, right, Mona? No, I mean maybe you can do it one way, but what I'm trying to tell you is that whatever you got to turn it into a challenge. Whatever your obstacle is, don't just look at it as an obstacle, right? Say, okay, if I catch the bus there, I'll walk back, or if I walk there, I catch the bus back. So it's just up to you. Like, it's up to you. Like, what in our head we think, oh, 20 miles, that's a lot. But once you actually start doing it, the first time it's gonna take forever. The second, third, fourth, fifth time, man. Actually, now I challenge you. Actually, now I challenge you. All right, so is that but so my whole point wait, G. So my whole point of asking you that is I need to know when we turn to these tarot cards, I need to know that's where we gonna go. So is that what you dealing with right now that we gonna pull cards on? Because these emotion cards is dictating these thoughts and feelings and emotion cards is dictating the reading on where we going. All right. All right, Ace of Wands. What's your desires? Is what I'm hearing. It's time to move forward. It's time to move on. It's greener pastures on the horizon. Knight of Cups, right? This could be you. This could be a potential significant other. But I'm feeling is that you could be falling in love with the journey. Is what I'm hearing. Falling in love with the journey. All right. Uh, Something about to me this reading is almost reminding me. I mean, it's almost an indication of a reminder of why we set out on the journey in the first place. So it looks like my whole thing about going into these cars is picking up on what have I been missing out, KP. Where is G Jizzle at in her journey? I'm just looking for as information gathering. So the information that I gathered, and if I can spit out help, if you want to call it that, uh, maybe you would benefit by adding another goal or another reason why you setting out on a venture. The more reasons why, when you manifesting, when you talking to God, when you praying, the more reasons why you want something to better. Okay, so maybe those six swords is the six reasons why you moving forward, you overcoming, right? You reaching the pinnacle of success that's represented there in the Ace of Wands. Yes, you're gonna have to travel. Yes, you're gonna have to move uphill, so to speak, right? But the thing about the Knight is, even though I wear my heart on my sleeve, I got a level of protection. See, a lot of people, you got two people, right? I'm talking about the pure of heart people. You got two different types of pure of heart people. You got one pure of heart person who is scared of everything because they tired of being hurt, or you got the pure of heart person that's been hardened and they still love, they still want things, but they're growing resistant to the bullshit and the pain that the bullshit causes. You understand what I'm saying? So let me pull this best course of action. Focus on, okay, focus on success. Let success be the one who talk for you right now. Um, Remember, every step in the right direction is worth being celebrated. Every time you say, this is something that I thought about, well, this is something that was presented to me, whatever, and I overcame it is worth being celebrated. Now, what I would say is don't over celebrate anything because we have many celebrations to celebrate. But you, as the divine being, the quantum operator in your life, right? We're not worried about who gets what. We're not worried about who did who. We're not worried about who. None of that. We worried about success. And the reason why is because when we focus on success, then every solution that we need to every problem is going to be given in due time. But the more we focus on success, the less the mental stronghold is going to be, right? So how I'm looking at this reading coming full circle with this, with the fourth card, which is the Four of Wands, right? That 44 energy. The Ace of Wands again saying that what do I want? What do I need? The Six of Swords is saying that I can and I will overcome because I is greener on the other side. Only thing I have to do is persevere. And it doesn't matter what I persevere through because I can persevere through anything, right? Ain't nothing that I can't persevere through. So I push forward, and then once I get back grounded, right? Because you got to think that horse, this is why I'm the king of tarot. This is why I'm the king of tarot right now. You got to think about the horse represents, right? The horse has a foundation of four wheels, four legs, 4 feet, whatever, not two. So not only is the horse the vehicle, right? So understanding the horse as the vehicle, then we got to understand the color of the horse. So the color of the horse represents the energy that's going to be the vehicle in order for us to move through this threshold. But the thing is that this threshold is what we built for ourselves when we got in tune with the vision here in the Ace. But I wanted to say that for later. Let me cook. I wanted to say that for later, but you know, but I'm here. So this night is almost like a triathlon or something like that, where you pray, you meditate, whatever, you put your mind to it and you just go and do it. And every step along the way, even if it's the fact that you celebrating the fact that you woke up today, every step along the way you rejoice in the name of, because there was a time where you didn't. There was a time where you didn't see the future. There was a time where you didn't believe in the future. There was a time where you didn't care about the future. But if you anything like me, you say, I'm not homicidal, I'm not suicidal, right? I'm not, how can you say this? I'm not materialistic. But if I'm going to be here on this plane, on this level of consciousness, I'm going to make the most out of this motherfucker. Right? I'm going to make the most every step I take, every move I make. I'm going to make the most out of it. Right? Even if I'm just popping some homemade popcorn and putting my favorite butter on it, I'm enjoying every fucking moment because I could have, when I went to the store or when my groceries got delivered, it could have been a man waiting to kill me for these groceries. So I'm gonna enjoy all this shit, right? I'm gonna go play that pick four. I'm gonna go get that $2 lottery ticket, or I'm gonna get this lottery ticket. I'm gonna play this same $2 ticket every Powerball because I know it was a time where I was scared to walk out my house. It was a time where I was scared to open my mouth, right? But now I celebrate because I know what I survived. I say this all the time. Shout out to Ken. I got this from my boy Ken. He a social worker. He said you got to start looking at life as a privilege, meaning that I get to do this. It's people who can't read. It's people who can't fucking see. It's people who can't walk. I'm a diabetic, right? Me, KP, I'm a diabetic. It's people out here who can't metabolize food. It's people who out here who can't walk. It's people. It's people who can't do a push-up. So by chance I was born, and by chance I'm still here. So by chance I'll be the one that make an impact. Not the greatest impact, not the biggest impact, not the longest lasting impact, but I'll be the one that make an impact. It's like one word in a chapter. I sometimes get irritated, but I work through it, and I don't let resentment or anger take root in my heart. Well, I used to say this a lot, and people didn't like it. And I think I changed my perspective on it a little bit. But my job as a coach is to get you to a point to where you don't get angry in the first place. And that's some next level super saiyan ass shit. But as a coach, it's my job to get you to a point to where you read and recognize, but there's very little or emotional output unless you want it to be there. And the thing is that it takes repetition, it takes practice to train your body to say, these situations and circumstances, I can feel emotion. These situations and circumstances, I don't want to feel emotion. It takes a little bit of time, but it's possible for you to program yourself to say, when I experience this and this and this, I feel the emotions of that. When I experience this, and this, I don't feel the emotions of that. This is why I keep telling people, as a coach, and I don't even, I don't even get too deep into this conversation, right? Because a lot of people say it's hoodoo and is fake. But as a coach, remember, I teach people that it ain't the situation and circumstance that needs correcting. It's you. Because there's a million ways to die. There's 1,000 ways that something could go wrong. So are you going to worry about the 1,000 ways that something can go wrong? Or are you going to try to control those 5 emotions that you feel? See, that's the thing. Because when you, and just hear me out, when you dealing with human psychology, ain't no such thing as taking the cake. Because anything that you deem as possible is real. Anything that you can fathom in your brain as possible is actually real somewhere in existence. So it's really just you growing and expanding. You got to take the emotions out and just say, my consciousness and my awareness is growing and expanding on different combinations of people, places, and things. That's because when you really look at the numbers, that's all it is just a bunch of random events. That's just, well, anyway, it's just a bunch of random events. It's just a bunch of a bunch of random events. Ain't no good or bad. That's subjective. That's relatively new. Birds and bees, they don't operate in good or bad. Ain't even nothing to be good or bad about. Gorillas. When the last time you seen a giraffe at church preaching, talking about talking about all humans go to heaven? When you ever seen a dog make a movie said all humans go to heaven? Man, get the I ain't never seen the tree go to school. Like, okay, now you gonna absorb this water in your roots, and it's gonna go deeper, deeper, deeper. And then you're gonna absorb the light in your leaves, and you're gonna go taller, taller, taller. Man, I ain't never seen this shit is crazy out here, man. We just be doing stuff just to feel good as humans because our prefrontal cortex is developed. We hardwired to do this crazy shit we be doing. Don't no other living thing in this fucking existence go to school. Nothing. I ain't never seen a motherfucking dogs. Humans made a dog school, not dogs. How humans gonna teach dogs how to be dogs? Oh, they didn't get me started. Where the coffee at? See, see, they did. I knew it. Here come the coffee break. Man, nah, don't get me wrong. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, would you rather have a pilot who never flew in a plane, or would you have a pilot who spent a year in a fight simulator before he even touched the plane? Like, you want him to skip the simulator and just go, just like, okay, I watched a 30-minute video, I read the manual, now it's time to go. Now, so don't get me wrong. Now, there is certain things, right? I don't want a brain surgeon who never studied the brain before. Like, oh, you got a brain? Wait, let me not say that. Let me knock on wood. Be like, oh, you got a twisted ankle? Let me take a picture of this twisted ankle and see what that twisted ankle look like. Well, the ankle looks straight to me. No, I want a doctor who know what the fuck a twisted ankle is and how to fix it. So some things, don't get me wrong, some things is necessary. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that some things is overly complicated and it doesn't need to be. It really don't. All right, let me hold on y'all for a second. Let me whip up some coffee. I'll be right back. All right. Hell yeah, them bitches was stale. I think it was open. This the bag was flat. I was looking. I'm like, man, let me see what's up with these. And the bag was flat, and I was just like, I didn't see where the hole was at, but I just opened it, and it was like, yeah, these bitches done. I I got a chiropractor at the flea market. Hey, as long as he got a degree, I don't care. Shit. If he know what he talking about, I don't care where he at. He can make house calls. I don't care where he at. As long as he know what he doing. I was just imagining scenarios that he was talking about being in a plane with somebody who never flew a plane. Hex to the no. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong. Certain stuff is necessary. But when it come down to like living life. It's just we just complicate things too much. It's just too complicated. That's all. It's just simple. What Drake say? I just want to sit in a comfortable bed. It could all be so simple, right? That's all. I don't got a degree. I got certificates though. I got some certificates here and there. But yeah, though, back to it, just closing this one out, though, man. Jizzle, for you, like I said, celebrate everything because it was a time when you couldn't or you didn't celebrate, or it was a time where you didn't know that mind over matter was real, right? So don't relish the opportunity to plant a seed. Never relish the opportunity to plant a seed. And then for chemtrails, uh, never mind. Just make sure you get your questions. Just make sure you get the questions. Take my heart, don't. Well, just like listen, the brain is made to absorb information. I don't like when people say, "Oh, you smart, you this, you that." Listen, no, the brain is made to absorb information. A lot of people got blockages that prevents them from operating at a higher capacity. But if you clear out the blockages and then you can operate at a higher capacity. But also a lot of people don't care about information like I do. So I always loved information. I just had a lot of emotional blockages that prevented me from being my higher self. But one thing I will say is that I saw this when for a long time, the benefits of meditation. And when they one of the things that they tell you about clarity, being able to process things faster, being able to recall information better, with no drugs, no nothing, meditation by itself does, for most people, it does most of the things that's on the list. Now, everybody got a different, epigenetics, and everybody got a different story. Everybody got a different degree of trauma, so everybody brain is a little bit different as of right now today. But that doesn't mean you can't do the brain the exercise. That don't mean you can't, because I listen to audiobooks. I don't read books. That's why it take me so long to read. When I be reading on here, I don't read. Besides reading on here, I don't read. To me, reading is boring. But that don't mean I can't absorb information. So it's really just about what you as an individual like and what you enjoy as a person. I enjoy learning new things. I enjoy information. To ain't no problem can't be solved, especially if you got the right tools. And today, shit, we overly emotional. We don't do research. We don't ask questions. We just take what people tell us and go for face value. And I've never been that type of person. So I'm thankful to be able to be here today where I can open up and ask the deeper questions. I always say that, man, when people compliment me like that, that's a testament. Because years ago, I was anything, the things that people compliment me on today, years ago, I was merely just A ball of potential. Wait a minute. Breathe. Huh? I said you didn't have to, but I thought you was going to. I said you didn't have to, but I thought you was going to. I mean, I will. It's not muted, by the way. Huh? I said it's not muted, by the way. I don't care. Did you want some? Because I just used the black coffee. I can put some of the other one down. Okay. You want some, dude? Cool. I think we just gotta do one big scoop a day. A little bit more. See, I don't put this shit. No, that's not filling it up though. No. Well, no, that's cool. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I just want to start seeing what he do once a day with one scoop. I mean, see how he do with one scoop a day. That's it.
So why didn't you use your damn spring water?
I'm about to be fucking that water up. All right. I see some hearts in the chat. Oh, my show about to come on. All right, y'all. Can we reconvene after lunch? I'm thankful you are here helping us ask the deeper questions. As always, much thanks and gratitude. For sure, for sure. Hit me up. All right, y'all. I got 7 minutes before my show come on. So I'm about to drink some coffee. I'm about to work out because if you didn't know, drinking coffee and working out on an empty stomach is very, very good if you're trying to burn some calories and lose some body fat. All right. So work out in the fastest state. All right. If you want more information on that, hit me up too. All right. If you are ever in Washington, hey, I like it. I'm hip. I'm hip to West Seattle on the beach, and I'm hip to all of that. I never been on the east side though. I never been on the east side of the state, but I've been in the Key Peninsula. I've been I lived in what you call them? What is it called? Outside of not Bothell. I've been to Bothell before. I've been all over though. Juanita Park. What is that? What Juanita Park? Bellevue. I lived outside of Bellevue. Yeah, I used to live outside of Bellevue, so I'm kind of hip to Central Washington. I'm hip to Tacoma. What's that? Over there by Tacoma. Gig. I'm hip to Gig Harbor. I'm hip to all of that. I'm hip to Seattle, North Seattle. I got robbed in North Seattle. So you know I know about Seattle if I'm talking about North Seattle. Yeah, if y'all know about North Seattle, like where the rental car place at, and they got Home Depot up there. They got the Motel 6 and all of that shit up the street. Target, all of that. Y'all know, if y'all know what I'm talking about, then yeah. Yeah, especially the southeastern. Like, cause I came one when I came up there, I came from Oregon. So I came from Portland. So I got to see like cause part of Oregon like kinda like mountain kinda. But it's a lot of woods and trees once you start going to certain parts of the northern part. So yeah, I'm hip. I love Washington. Northern California. I've been through up there, Sacktown and shit. I've been through all through Oregon, Denver. I've been through over there on the West Coast. I'm hip to the West Coast. But for sure though, man, I'm about to go ahead and watch my show. I didn't expect to be on here this long actually. But I will be back though. Yeah, you hip to North Seattle. Yeah, that's where you go see a man about dog food at. That's where the cluck's at, North Seattle. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Seattle, the first place I seen prostitutes fully naked. Well, they weren't fully naked, but they had on high heels, fishnets, ass hanging out. I seen a lot of prostitutes, and Seattle was some of the class streetwalkers. These girls look like they didn't do heroin or nothing. They probably rob you and kill you though. That's probably the thing. They probably don't do drugs, but they probably fuck around and kill you. But yeah, though, y'all. Oh, they seen the bear. They had a bear sighting in Washington. Not too long ago. On the Key Peninsula, it was crazy. But peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf. Why? Cause I ain't buying it, and that's peace out, Girl Scout. Oh, you used to live in West Seattle? Oh, you was born rich, huh?